na ya so ne so e ba besomo ensem no edoso yedi ka atron brofo kasem dia kwa akogu www.onuaonline.com brofo kasem die no wunya bra na wajadaje na akwakenkan bi eno firi hono mo a ye wo Facebook live oba e wunua 95.1 FM na wedi ye chinka kranka na page no wedi ka like ama ye comment na de ato hono mo na afi nso wa share link ni se de be ya afofro nso nsa beka bi ensem no edoso pa eye ena nwumre ya bone bede e de ba besom mo emu akese no ebi na wo ba beti
ewo man Ghana mu mampanyi ahwe aswai ora justice for Bafo Boni ye ka say ono ena ye chief justice for emno chan ayenya ewo man
military recruitment exercise
95.1
kofa trenchem ba ena no wukuada no asoja for mpanimfo asan so de abase yen kanche obi ase dwumadie no de taboto enkran de ne so wasan so apajamu enumti ya wada ebe 20th November dwumadie no ebesan so ahase
yes ukopie mu ewo ka so legal water connections enkofo chief tio femu pa wo mo entua ene empanyifo akopie mu ewo honom ne esi wo ho ye de bebro
Ghana Medical Association for Eka Sembi Tre Aban Efa Sede Asupiti adwuma no ho hihye esi ekro ensembe pote ene mpanimfo eka yedi munchirimu ebremo ewo kasebo imo
Onua FM 95.1
Yenya da jina don hwe ba kontamo yemfa kasebo no ensom ya ka akiro se you Facebook no so oba no like page no na afi wodo comment egu hono mo na afi so wa share link ne edi amayen eyewunua 95.1 FM ena anwumre akenkanfo a yesi enkunwa ne de ensem ne ebremo no me ye frame Abubakar Sarpong mene
na Afia Oforiwaa ye demo Facebook no so eye Onua 95.1 FM kwa like mamie wo share no so bi o so fa comment ne bra emepemu ye be kenkan e dia ma na no obeka ya ukopie mu ewo Elwak Sports Stadium a na enya 7 de ni nyina ne se mebdu dodo na kopie mu ho se ye hwehwe omumu se ye betumi afa o medwumem ewo asrafo dwumekuo ne mu na
Onua FM 95.1
ama nipa be yensia wo mo eto na nanom ewo se do a bebre na eprepraye na uko Facebook ne so a ubehun se infoni etwegu ewo honom ani nti ko Facebook ne so na kohwe wani so ade ewo honom ni esiye na ano ewo elwa honom na ade no esiye no anye obi ade Ghana fododo na ti asem no na eyare hosem se mabuno ekopa adwuma na womo akobo apeso honom na so ama ebinum atoa nananom ewo siedo ema adwumadie no empanyifo ade twentwen so a na wo hwe se bibia be ko ye asa na womo atoa so na ene Ghana Armed Forces ade ababe to just say adwumadie na womo ade twentwen so no womo besan so ahyase na no eye November that toso eduonu 20th November na che say
Onua FM 95.1
ana se be hwehwe mu na se bibia ko ya ye fawo ewo asrafo dwumekuo ni mu a womo se dwumadie no womo besan so ahyase ewo November that toso eduonu na sa asem we Captain Veronica Ajo Ahin no oni Ghana Navy oye acting director Edema General acting director general of public relations na say customer for Edema Ghana Navy in the nay for this time and boy eba wo chiremu ensem bebre na wo mo chire se a ni nyina no wo mo achichechichechiche mu eni nti wo mo mebu na wo mo pese ye fa mo ewo asrafo adwumekuo nim no wo mo nyina enkopie mu ewo faako na mom wo mo achichechiche mu na wo mo a wo mo ewekọ no emu ohansia na se hansia 600 womo
Onua FM 95.1
na ya kire mo da womo ebeko ebi onso bebi omo beko ene ne ekeka ho ni nyina nti womo se mu nyina mo nwe maso na Onua FM so ne ebebe bia ye de beba betudwa edi amamo na miaya hodo a wo mo bekwa akoye sa screen yi wo no ebi ni Elwak Sports Stadium eno no two centers mienu ena wo bebie mu ewo ho ebi nso ni Nukosim Park ai no ewo Bema Camp eno so centers no eye mienu ewo ho ana Air Force Base eno so ewo Bema Camp eno so eka obi ana Training and Doctrine Command Tradoc eno so ewo Teshi eno so ka ho bia centers no eye mienu ewo ho no ebi onso Eastern Naval Command eno no ewo Tema eno so wo mu ebebie ewo ho no na mu amoko se mo
Onua FM 95.1
amanie bia wo mu edi aba bia mo hwe na mu ndi so pepepe chichu ni o me de befa SMS no so text message no so no mo hwe na mu ndi so pepepe ebi onso abefo kwan so recruitment portal no so mo nko ho no se na be ya bibia wo mo pese wo mo ka kire mo no no betumi akwa hwe ewo ho no na wo mo say eko by November 20th na wo nya o message ni bia wo mo helpline kwana hwehwe na frɛ mo ebi onso WhatsApp number so wo mo e de ato abonten a wo hwehwe wo mo a wo benya wo mo ewo ho no na we eye kokobo a wo mo e de ka ho wo mo say se wo ba no ekɔ se yenkoye ni screening na oye mami o oye papa o oye na o oye agya o nya oye bi agya oba no non
Onua FM 95.1
chinko ho ema nipa no nkoye bebre ewo ho nti amane boyi anase kase nsem ama kireche o mu ni na Ghana Armed Forces ena di we aba
empanimfo a wo Ghana Water Company Limited de atu dwase enipa binom empese obedi emraso Ghana ha na mo yeti illegal connection aya na yadwene no ekusi enyinama hoodene so illegal connection ne enim se eye ECG enkomo ne yedi nanso we de illegal connection efa ensuo hu boamamfo a wasam wonhene so mpese obetua water bill ewu kuru yimu nanso opese obu nsuo nom de bi no aduane de bi bibia enkran kuru yimu ene miamia ahodo bebre won ho asem ena Ghana Water Company for ene yen eken wo se wone National Security Operatives for bi ayenkabomu
akwakobo 95.1
kaso ampotam ho no a wo de si fie na si ho efie kese ya wutwam wa wunim se bia ye de ama han enipa tim ya ebi amamfo edi akoniaba ho no mo nanso enye saa Ghana Water Force wone National Security for kobowura sa efie ho no mo no ade ohunu ye wonyam hye won illegal connection nsuo ya ye wia na ye di dwuma yesi etutu asase ase underground tank nyina hyehye fam ho no mo a nsuo ya Ghana Water for ede afa mfidie mu ahohoro so ya ewo senka yitimi di meter bo ho na ye connection na bere so a ye hunu se nipa so masi nsuo dudu ese na wafa enunti wontu aka no sa 10 bedroom house no ewo ka so a ho no mo no ye di wie nsuo ya eho nsem no akwakọ ya reho sem a Ghana Water for any national security
abo awura ho
na eniema wakwakọ ho nkomo no opanyi a woye communications manager edema Ghana Water Company Limited ewo Accra West region potam ho no no ma mi Solis akomia ene etwetwe di okohu ye no eho enkomo.
Illegal connection is a very big challenge to Ghana Water. And these things happen within the communities. Ghanaians, we like to kind of mind our own business too much. You can mind your own business, it's okay. But when you see that there's something untoward happening in your community, please alert Ghana Water. The little that is left for Ghanaians to manage, please let us all try and manage it well. We already know that Galamsey is an issue which we are battling with. So the water that we have at hand now, let's protect it so that everybody will get their share. We shouldn't allow a few people to just pull the water and fill their pockets with the money they pay nothing for. They don't pay any taxes on that, they don't pay their bill. So this is a challenge and we are calling all Ghanaians in our various communities, please, let all be alert. When we see something happening, let us alert Ghana Water.
Eni ayeti Accra West Regional Communications Manager Madam Solis Akomiana Wari Sabrofugu hono mo ese Ghana mamfo tomre bia mempe me ho asɛm emfa me ho no ɛyɛ adoso bibi kɔso mpotemo na sɛ wonte ase abompanimfo amane efie 10 bedroom house wa yesi ni wɔ kasoa na ensuo koro no ne ɛbɔ no hono mo nti anyembia obi ante mpotemo hono mo ya ebia ne tirimu ya ntwetwetwetwe kakra sɛ bia de na ɛkɔso wɔ ha na nko betimi hu Ghana 95.1 na nko abo amane ana ne nyina ankoso sa maami sɛ bibi saa ne yehu a ye mo wɔ amane wɔ se galamsey ɛsɛ nsuo ama ye ho ɛkyere ye mpo dada ɛnu nti nsɛ sɛ ye manipa kakra bi ɛsan so hyɛ baabi ne nsuo kakra ye nyina ye kyekyɛ ebia kɔ obia afie mu na nka etua aka no baakofo ewia ɛwɔ kwambɔne so saa ɛnu nti maami sɛ ɛtɔda yɛma yɛni na hɔ na bibi saa no yɛmɔ amane ne nyina mu no Ghana waterfall sɛ wayɛ krado paa sɛ obetimi agyina hɔ no mo adi dwuma na nsuo hu dwumadi a ɔman Ghana fo de ahyɛ wɔn nsa no obetimi ahwɛ na wɔde asom yɛn ɛkwan papa ɛso
enko ensan fufuro me na ensa o mpoko ase kwan no ɛyɛ kwan a Ghana fo dodo na ɛfa so dodo na edugya ɛwɔ so dodo na tete hɔ no ma wɔ mu firi hɔ kɔ wɔ mu ndwuma mu ni ade na kwan no na nsɛm bi no
Onua FM 95.1
kra mama mpanyi ekopie mu ɛwɔ hɔ nom ka kyerɛ wɔ mo yɛ kwan no so adwuma nsɛ wɔ mo hwɛ na nkɔ anim ɛnɛ yɛ kasa no ɛyɛ ade a ekɔ anim a tememfo mu gidie pa sɛ kwan ne deɛ aban bɛhwɛ na wɔ mo ayɛ ne kama na
ope kwanti mpon baako a enipa ne ahyɛn ɛne nneɛma nam so kɛseɛ paa ɛwɔ enkran hanom a na ɛyɛ nsawampuku ase highway no a nanso ɛbrɛtintini nie no ɛyɛ ade a ɛkwan no ɛkɔ tibiabɔne mu na ɛnam so ɛma amanfo ɛte hɔ no no na oni abrɛ ho paa eyi nanso siesie yi no ɛyɛ ade a dwumadie no ɛkɔ so wano engineer Abdullahi Mahama ya udi technical team no animu na wɔhwɛ dwumadie no ɛso no wɔde ato dwa sɛ sɛdeɛ nhyehyɛ nyina gu akwan mu na afei enu April bosumi mu wɔ afi 2026 mu no na wɔgidi pa sɛ ɛyɛ ade a watimi awie.
I am the technical engineer who is supposed to do the works on the site. So far, so good. Work hasn't stalled since the president visited here. In fact, we are working day and night. If you were here yesterday, which was a Sunday, we were in full capacity. All the workers were working day and night. The bridge works, which are not affected by any of the nature, mostly we work throughout the night, and then some of the drains, all the concrete works. Where we have few challenges, there's illumination to enhance the vision on the workers to work within the night. And then if you look at the other stretch from Media all the way to Nsawam Junction, where we have some challenges, some of the relocations has been done. Some few outstanding Ghana water lines 95.1 identified within the corridor, which we are actively relocating. I'm sure that when we are done with those ones, the work would be completed in NS.
Okay. Amanfo bia ofa kwan no so edin nsɛm bi sei to onua nsɛmtwerɛfo anim.
Mpanifo sorry na on say won say bibia ekɔ wa ti e bom pa say mpanifo na omde adwuma na ahye omo nsa no nyame ma oma hode na omo nye ntentem na bibia mo enko so ma mama na nye de entinda
ye de ye hawo ne yense mede to o mampani anim no otie na supem etu hwana mo eba ha ebe hweye eno ne contractor ne kasa na omo speed up work. So far so good. You much improvement.
Sa ofanko Nsawam road project afi 2022 July kuta wonsabo sumini mu na ehyaase nenka enida esi July 2024 nenka yade adwumedi na ba wieye nanso eyade a ekonkonfo mu enam ekebia na yesi edaso nti aban a wote adwa so sisi aba yi wose wakeka ne nsaase ya sa eka no wetu afiri ho no mu enam so amadwumedi no ekoso se de yihuni aban se wode se adwumedi akwa akoka enhye ya ye friend big push initiative no wode akwa akoka ho bi enu nti sa breed woni a wote mpotam ho no mu adrobafo ene amanfo nyina enida ese obi wi dwumedi no na ede ahoto abrewo
na chese Ghana fo a womo ete Nsawam kokwase kwan ne so womo ye adwuma dodo na ewo ho no womo na omo de atudwa womo se womo gidi pa sa aban no ebehwe ama ni nyina akwa kosi na yense ntweni Daro Agozo ena diwe ebae
ye kwapom de ne ho nsem mu opanya wo ye president de Ghana Medical Association Professor Dr. Ernest York kasasa abanye bibi emfamoa ayaresa ene ayarehwe ho nsem ni nyina ne se enkane no nenka obi kwa asupiti a wo file ne ade wo folder ye kwa kohwehwe de ama wo no ya kyero bibi agu nkrata so entu kogina OPD ho no mo wudine de sen wo ba ha breben ansa na ebekwa akoyi forms ne de abre okra no na so ani su ne biriwu a na de besi anya asi enu atwamu ma abefo kwan so no empanimfo ede nhihye bi ba ye a ye friend no Ghana Health Information Management System enu de egu computer so wo kwa anya afi na aba beka se na wotwa me ba ha no mo na me sisi ye me ya enu tie ne me ba ye sei netie enu de ye contemporary egu internet ne so a ema niema eye entententententem se wokọ asupiti ne na so okoto doctor ni baako ha a wode kọ ye no sa de tina se wo sa wo haw na wokọ na akoto doctor ni fofora sa doctor ni foforo ntimi hwe computer no so efa information fa hu nyina eba me hu ni se wo ba ha no haw sei na ade ba ye edru sei ne de ma wo enti ma bibia e contentem nanso Professor Dr. Ernest York kasa se sa important edwumadie no ya eye computer so de no yesi ye ne ya break down enye adwuma bi enti de how ebre won pa opanyini se empanimfo mo ho nye ha na onye bibi emfa ho fi se sa de ayekoso no e de how ebre ayaresa eni ayarehwe wo asupiti ahodo no.
Recent challenges with the light wave health information management systems LIMS. These challenges have resulted in the lack of access to patients and hospital records, disruptions in continuity of care, and expose the absence of reliable backups in most major health. The resulting operational strain undermines clinical efficiency and patient safety. These challenges highlight serious issues with data security and data sovereignty in the management of electronic medical records. The GME acknowledges the efforts by the Ministry of Health to resolve these issues and restore the use of electronic health information systems in public health facilities. Health Information Management System games to ensure the timely restoration of health records. The GMA further demands that the government explore all legal avenues to ensure the full restoration of all records previously held by LIMS. It strongly recommends that the country put in regulatory mechanisms for interoperability, minimize monopoly of electronic health information management systems, and involve more local vendors. This would ensure that the government owns the health data and ensures data sovereignty, sets the technical standards to drive
Onua FM 95.1
service quality. Galamsey.
Openya yeti ni din ede Professor Dr. Ernest York ya woye National President edema Ghana Medical Association uguso kasa na wose electronic health management system no wo share aban asupiti ahodo mu a public health facilities no wo mu se Ghana Health Service na afei asoya wo sharp mudine ho nsem so Ministry of Health ye du betimi ahwa masa anema no agina ne naso de nanso ma won ho nye ha efise yade a ya ma adwuma no ayedin opanyini wie ye no kan bi so ese galamsey enso edin sunsanso ba apomudine ho nsem mu anunti aban enhwe na ye nsoso ano
remains a persistent threat to lives of many people in dark catchment areas and beyond. Galamsey illustrates the dominance of short-term greed over national foresight as individuals and financiers pursue quick gains at the expense of environmental survival. Its continued spread has led to poisoned rivers, degraded farmlands, and a profound betrayal of future generations, trapping the nation in a cycle of self-inflicted destruction. The GMA acknowledges efforts by the government in addressing the problems, but calls for these efforts to be intensified and sustained. Of service for medical doctors and dentists in the public sector signed in March 2024 remains in force, but faces a number of challenges. Despite the implementation of the renewed conditions of service document, which started in July 2024, there are a number of issues, including the suspension of the vehicle importation exemptions, non-implementation of the adjustments of the non-basic in non-basic salary and non-payment of the 13-month salary to our members. Over more than 7 years, the pressing issue of academic clinical consultant allowance remains unresolved, and this has resulted in difficulties in attracting and retaining clinical lecturers in the medical schools across the country. We strongly urge the government and the National Labour Commission to urgently resolve these pertinent issues to prevent any industrial disharmony.
Onua FM 95.1.
Enko ensem fufuro mu na efuto akwaba mebunu no titru emaya se wo mo nhwe mo husu ye papa ni nyina ne se Ghana Aids Commission ade report bi aba ana se nkata bi aba bonte eno no wo mo ye nhwehwemu na wo mo de baye ne wo mo kira ne se nansen edeba ku bia 42 new cases eno no aye HIV and AIDS. Sa yare no susu de yare a eyewa aginyame ebe mu no wo mo se da bia no nyomu nya no
Onua FM 95.1
wo mo wo bi sesia no 334,721 na chese eya ye hu yie papa emu mema bebre eno no 105,460 ena emanu so ye 229,261 na chese eyade a emanu de ne doso papa emrantie no so de no so ko na nimu yie papa na womo mu so wamunam HIV so any AIDS so ewu no 12,614 na womo kiremu a emu aye hu yie papa na esanse de biara da new infections no 42 nti no na ekwa nim no 15,290 ene no so wo manya
Onua FM 95.1
ewo mu na we ana omu se asen we de ehu ye pa nti ehu behia se mabunu no wo mo ebehwe omu hu so ye mani obi a nkode da basabasa a omo hu ban haji ashamima muslim kasama for ewo mampanyi akache wasi ono no de ema hu hia ne pa eninti ode efutuo de akwa mamaya ne se mu ko na mu kosua de a mu nhwem na mu kosua de na mu ntwe mu hu enfri agudie basabasa hu esanse sade we ebetumi ayew insema ode tuja no enini.
And health education is critical as women, how we take care of ourselves when we are in our periods, how we manage our teenage years, how we manage our body autonomy and agency. Few weeks ago, I read
95.1
that HIV/AIDS is increasing among youth populations because young people are engaging in irresponsible sexual practices where they choose not to protect themselves. Young people seem to be more fearful about pregnancies than they are about sexually transmitted diseases like HIV and AIDS. My dear sisters, 150,000 HIV new infections were reported in 2024. Last year alone in Ghana, 150,000 new HIV infections have been reported. Nobody is safe if none of us is safe. And so think again before you make some choices
95.1
that will halt your growth.
Shamima Muslim wono ene kase ya wode to maya no enimu se monhwe mo husu ye maame akosi afrima opare eye nkane chief of staff wono so edi nsembi etudwa ode efuto edi akoma mabunu no se abefu ntintafidie no so niama pa ewo so no wo monfanye adwuma na niama na wo musua na wo montiase no wonfa enkohwehwe wɔn ɛbɛhu wɔ na mmom ɛnyɛ sɛ wɔn ɛde kɔyɛ nneɛma a ɛno so ɛnsɛ ɛmfata yɛnti nsɛm a ɔno so ɛde tu dwa
Emma adesua no ekosoro yen so a ye di kan no so ye twa ye ni so abehwe won mu a ye ba ma kakra no a yesua no kakra na ye nya no ye di bi eba na abeboa won mu me de mesre ye mai a ya beto won mu ise mommodin na ade kira ye kire mu no muntie ni yie monfa mo adwene koso monko ayi semusua de wo classroom kura ene abefo ayi ICT abai na wo de ukoye TikTok nsema ehia rather no wo de kwa kohwe nimdie bi abata ho se de be ya wo adesua no ebedi mu na ama wo ho abamfaso ama wabusua wo ekura wotimu se mantamo any even what namfo femu kura no woni yo ebe ma nsakraya ba obi abrabom se ye be ya ye be kon ewo Ghana
na mame akosi afrema opare na oti ni nken one Hajia Shamima Muslim wo nyina kopie mu ewo Jumedia no 79th anniversary any speech and prize giving day at the St. Monica Senior High School no ewo Asante Mampo na Sentia na da so quality education embracing a dynamic and holistic approach na chese ye hwe amenhumesuansem any adisuansem any emu adichensem ejina ne naso enti mpanyifo mienu yi wo mo ekopie mu ewo dwumade na se a wo mo ede efutuo ede akoma mabunu no chichiro emaya ye jina we so ni etwa ho aba kan ho se yedem ewo Facebook no so ni 95.1 FM kola ke ma me wo share no so ebi onso fa comment
Onua FM 95.1
nsem na aka no na wo comment no so ye de aka ho ede ama wo show enko bibia ye basisia
kaka mutubi
na yidim se openya woye Justice Paul Bafu Boni enei ade a omampanyi John Dramani Mahama aso ne nsa ama papa no esuaye de ne to esi akunwa so se womra me openya woda atimuafo nyina ano ewo menyi emu metre Chief Justice dibre no ene yaso papa yinsa ama ne esuaye akere Ghana mamfo dwumadi na se na omampanyi John Dramani Mahama kasapa senaban aye krado se ensemu a efa judiciary ne ho atemu dwumadi no obuo anidie ene emmoa e wo se de ma won ema wotimi edi ondwuma na Ghana manfo ebitimi enya wo mu
na 95.1
ese wo de sa ne manyina ebetudwa yentie.
Omampani John Dramani Mahama Edinsem Ertudwa Wabra Wama Chief Justice Foforo ya we you know eso afnemu eso aye edichiro man no Omampani echiremu editudwa se na benya de a obetietia atemu adwuma no wonom efa ahodie so na emu obema won kwan ma wonom ankasa afri won pem ede aye wonom adwuma eno achi so Omampani ede atudwa se wobehwe se na ban ebeboa na akande ahodo ebeboa ma atemu adwuma no atumi agina brane ewo ban mu no eno so wode ebeboa won se de
Judicial independence and separation of powers. The strength of our democracy depends on a delicate yet essential balance of powers among the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Each branch is supposed to operate independently, and yet they have to collaborate in order to serve the common good. And so today, as President, I pledge my unwavering commitment to the independence of the judiciary. And I wish to say that an independent judiciary is not a favor to the courts. It is a constitutional necessity and a protection for every citizen, including the President. We must therefore jealously safeguard the institutional, financial, and administrative autonomy of our courts. Decisions of our courts, whether we agree or not, whether popular or unpopular, must be respected and enforced. This is the bedrock of the rule of law.
95.1.
And I'm confident.
Urapo bafu boni ya wono susu sise wono na abeye Chief Justice Foforo e wo memu no e de etudwa e hyebo se wo behwe se edwuma oman no e de ahye ne nsa no obekura mu yie na waye na aboa se de beye a atemu edwuma no enim betimi.
I recognize that every court in our land, from the smallest magistrate court to the highest tribunal, holds a sacred duty to ensure that the rights, liberties, and human dignity of Ghanaians are respected and protected. It is not the law alone that matters, but how the law is applied, how justice is dispensed, and how courts earn the confidence of the people. We serve a nation built on the 1992 Constitution, which enshrines not only rights,
95.1,
but also responsibilities. Our judiciary must be independent, impartial, and accessible. It must not serve the powerful or the connected at the expense of the weak and the vulnerable.
We amanboa ifri abankesi mu ayen century ni Kwame Asante ene de breyen na ni nyina mu no yinim se ene Chief Justice for Ghana enya no ene Yewura Paul Bafo Boni ne kwan ye fa so apepe be gi sa di bre no yinim se enkane na nka ma me get retokono ne wo sa akunya no so kwan ye fa so ye se nkofo di petition akomo amampanyini afi de nam so a yeti abedwakuo ma ye betoto na no ensem no koye bibiri enkomra no eni maame get retokono enya
95.1
justice bi mu nanso nim se nsem no guso e wo court a eto enya entwaye na ano a Yewura Bafo Boni ekopie mu e wa appointment committee no animu of parliament no edam kuma mu for the ansem ne bai said ye wo free ho ama papa yi aba no ensem ni nyan kotoye enti wo de wo ntiment na ho no mfo nsa nhya ase enam so ma dom kase mu fo tokoso etoto papa Yewura Bafo Boni ano a eni waba be ye Chief Justice e wo menyi mu na yenko ahomaso ne ne emranim ni eni nkomo kakra ya wo ye legal practitioner Yewura Christian Mam Hesse ye ni nkomo kakra na ye musa ne se dia be nyina no emramu ye hu ne sen ebra maame tokono ensem gusu wo koto na ye se ye swai Yewura Paul Bafo Boni e de to asi akonwa so no ohu ne sen entrimu no ene sen Yewura Yamau Ajo Emma Wakwa Baba Onua
FM 95.1.
Hello. Hello, lawyer. wadaroma ye moajo edeba onua kase boso ye pese edi nkomo kakra ye rapport bafumonia ene wasai se obi a we chief justice wo man yimu no emra mu wuhu no sen said ma me get you talk no gusu den sem ne nam court ne ade no emra mu no kwan papa so de ye no enam emra kwan so ana.
I mean the Abubakar say there is no legal action a privacy number one parliament say obey his lordship Justice Bafo Boni and
Onua FM 95.1
again a legal action preventing parliament from approving his lordship again and thirdly so there was never any legal action a bar president no from carrying out his constitutional mandate under the constitution for his lordship Justice Bafo Boni investiture a course so area in all situations my boss no there was no legal action preventing no in the absence of any legal action no mrano ma ni kwan say ya a course no a course so and just as we all know no so her leadership
Onua FM 95.1
omo forming committee na omo yi no under article 146 now as to whether committee ni jumani the way omo yi no ni na whether it's infraction against the rights natural justice all those things no or the sanyama ni nya akọ court in CCA no ye train court na dia obeka no na ya justice toko no ni fit in CCA na pa na meka no
enti yemfa ne se ensemo a maame toko no dia kodan court no se atemwe ne ba agnesie bi betimi afirimu aba ebesesa yira Bafo Boni dibra ye dia mani sese
Onua FM 95.1
okay the woman say yemfa no hypothetically in hypothetically you know assuming without admission say ibia the way as you know for Justice for Bafo Boni on no CJ here no and high court cases prerogative actions now were filing and other cases no especially prerogative action now were filing no the court no on any year again say indeed their committee here no there were
yetitia fa hudi so baby
committee and adoptive procedures all that in their committee here ni na no ya twegua then it means that he has not been removed because if procedures are committee in file
Onua FM 95.1
no the court declares say and I come to a decision say that decision of committee and all of that about committee you know ya kwashia then it means that former chief justice will now become a de facto chief justice and their state are recognizing obey the jury because the state has to recognize Justice for Bafo Boni and she would have to take another step to challenge Justice Bafo Boni say having won this he cannot be the chief justice.
Ama and also court ama yedi.
There are new things there are unique situations which has besieged the country called Ghana. We are
Onua FM 95.1
development.
Any outcome
the constitutional jurisprudence are growing in this nature. And to see how all of these things would unfold in the future. But this is how the hypothetical situations would happen.
Yate, you're right. You better sepa e and wadaje ewo Onua TV and FM so.
na so for share yen sase ene obade ne pa ode adom my Ghana owura Emmanuel ama Kofiboa ene kasa yo se we hu sensanse hu sensem no ya ye bibie wo ho eni ti obehwe na emu haw nyina se obi ekoton asase ema ohaw eba ye ton asase ba ko edi ama ni padu no obehwe na sanyema we nyina eso ate se ne be ya obi edi ni sika ekohye asase mu
Onua FM 95.1
eso emfaso yenti nsema odi tuya.
One of the critical hurdles to our economic transformation has been land. How we manage land in Ghana has been hell. Double sale, triple sale. Investor will come to Ghana, he will invest in land, the next day he's in court. The land belongs to somebody. In this budget, President Mahama is making it very clear that we are going to move a step ahead and invest in modern technology to manage land system, remap our whole country to ensure that we can talk about a future where in Ghana, when you say that you are selling a land, all I have to do is go to my phone and check and see who's the lease owner, where it's located, when he acquired it. You don't need middlemen overnight. All those corruption matters, we are tackling it in this budget.
Na asema ora Emmanuel ama Kofiboa kanyina ne se nsase hu sensema aye twema menche ni yo ya ye kan ho asem no aban behwe se bibia bedadi kan ho se eguso edem Facebook no so Onua 95.1 FM fa comment ne break emrepemu ye be kinkan edi aba ebi oso wo share no so efa ma me se ne be ya obi ebeto no so ebetumi ahwe na wetie bi abu fayeko
Eguso ensase ene ho nsem so na galamse ya aye bibia ba betu ekumu na ebrebia ka ho asem no nsusan so ba kwa de ba ne se nsase ne sa no a na ebrebia chiri no wo hia nimdie infidie sika ne ade ya obetimi asanso de
Onua FM 95.1
eni ya enu ye friend land reclamation yesi ebi eba because wa European Union for woni ekubia ye frɛ won European Forest Institute na aka ba chiri mu yesi wodi sika twitwiridie 2.4 million euros na wodi airtie say dwumedi na chira ensase ahodo agalamse asese no yesi oba BCC opanya wo ye head of infrastructure ewo sa European Union delegation eye dwumedi no emu no woni en kasa ni din de Paulina Rosika yentino.
Is happy to contribute to the government efforts to achieve the sustainable development, and the forests are part of it. Forests are the life, the vital source of livelihood and opportunity of livelihoods for many people.
We ensema ma
Onua FM 95.1
say dwumedi apa ho ntoma no pese wodi ACC na Team Dawson ya wo European Forest Institute ya dwumedi won susi won aso no wo se won so wo bi kapa eye wo se say dwumedi ebe free sabri akọ afi 2028 no emu ni nyina da ne se ensase asese ni nyina no wo de ba BCC ama na sanso agina ne nan so na aboa se de asase ni mu mfa so mapa no ibitumi enya yenti no.
Projects will run for the duration of the program, which ends at the end of in 2028. And the projects differ, actually. Some of them are assisted natural regeneration, so it may not all be about planting. It might be encouraging what's already in the forest.
Openye tin ni din ede
Onua FM 95.1
Oka European Forest Institute nkofo a dwumedi nsi won aso no woka won hu bi pa na openye kwankyerefo abidi akiri ede ma forestry commission ya Forestry Research Institute of Ghana openye kwankyerefo abidi akiri deputy director Madam Lucy Emisa also what be esoso
as an important strategy for forest landscape restoration, because it's a very low cost option for restoration. And so that's what we've been doing as Forest. And we've done a lot of work also doing species site matching so that we are able to select species or the right location. We've done drought experiment of a number of species, so we know their drought tolerance level. Yeah, we've done all of that to be able to support the restoration activities going on in Ghana.
Area young concern from na acquire from Food and Beverages Association of
Onua FM 95.1.
Kasa woman say amafo air tray and more any a situation air for one Ghana mopa woman entua etuo no woman say woman mo yes ano woman omo de ba woman etua tuo na so ebi mu de woman air twe afemu ni nyina ne say woman say etuo no edo so pa eni ti ukopiem e elugo eni aflawa woman mo yes ade ho na woman edefa esanse woman mo de no etuo no e wo fam enam sa ama mo de ato aban no enim se aban ne hwe na eto ededa sa emo ani esitwe no so no wonte so se na be ya won betumi edi afa bibia wo se omo de fa won betia so eto yenti nsema benfo edi free honum eba.
Smugglers have in recent times intensified their activities, most especially rice and sugar smugglers. Indeed, the Ghanaian market currently is overtaken by the activities of these illicit traders. Legal traders, businesses are unable to sell their products, and this is hampering a lot of activities in the marketplace. The smuggling products are clearly very visible in the Ghanaian market.
Na chese mpenyifo mo wo fa bag na wo mo kasasa aban no enhwe na woni a wo mo atwe afemu no wo mo enja ebi nso eto a eda so no won hwe na won hwan so ema woni a wo mo de wo mo se ombe ne sa pepepe na executive chairman Edema Faba Reverend John Awuni so kacha aban no say won hwe na sa de we wo mo enso ano.
The borders are very porous. Border officials appear to have compromised, and these good people are finding it very easy to bring the goods through Lomé into Accra. When they do that, they are able to save massive amounts of money. About 50% of the tax that they would have paid at the Tema port to the government is clearly saved. And they clearly have an advantage over legitimate businesses that route their goods through the Tema port.
Ghana Library Association eyukua akenkan ho nsem no eda wakoma so pa eyi na wondwam tenani e wa asantemantem no emu wura Emmanuel Baden edin nsem bi tudwa wo se de ebre kwa animu no library no enye sa abofra na sa akwala na sa opanyin free baby o tia ba be wura dem ho no mo akofa ngoma akenkan nko a ene kwan ye befa so bitimi akenkan niema amaya adwinimu abi wo se de efere digitalization yemfa niema no emu computer so yemfa ngu entintan fidie so ati enko mobile phone so said ye be ya se woni ni tini fie woni suku mu ono mantemo na se nani gi so bekenkan ade a ebeye contemporantem na enyisi akwan emfama amamfo no opanyini ekasa ya na eyebra odi dwumade bi hihye so ewu Kumasi eyija MA Basic School na eye competition bi akansi a wode to hono mo ema reading clubs ahodwa e won potem hono mo no eho ene opanyi din semi ekotudwa yentie
will register over. We share the manual way of reading. Those days, na your books, and I the man kwala no musua. And no say share there in this era no, and I say mra ye woman say share no a ye beka say no na ekofo. But ye na ye nim mra ye woman nti e technological era
95.1
ye na ye use ade bibia nti. Because of that, you introduce some of the materials on those above in so. No na amasisia akinkan e kosoro. Say and now with the book my students say on kinkan ni interest and I say ni ahosepa or the kind no e wo form. But what is information na I say enwama na egu abefun fidie so na wo de mana na ho keka e wo so am say yina ya be wona me be ya adwen say wo hwe de we ya nkwala ya wo mo foforo kra wo de phone e hye ni nsem a ho keka wo de be so phone ni mu na o de adidwuma even though onim de id phone ye but na ho keka no e wo so in the same way na akenkan no akoye e wo mra ye wo mu
Onua Emmanuel Beijing we asamte no antemu dwamtenani e de Ghana Library Association no we ye no university librarian ya wo Central University Suaponi mu once what in semni bi e kan ho sei.
And the AI na abaninti no nkola ni bebre empe akenkan ye ne omubam na they come together na omubam to say reading club omu hu say omu ankasa omakọ internet super akoye bibi they need to do extra research and answer extra akenkan bi eka ho ebebo omu na eni omu beko echire biom reading no so ye ka say e wa hakra na ebo omu they discover a lot of things enti akola wo Ghana otumi ekan enioma efa US mo etumi ku enioma ekoso wo India Europe baby bia nkola no etumi ehu na eni omu ko echire so if you say opesa we kan dini da achia ese akenkan eye part of anybody who
95.1
who say he's empowered okonenim ewo abra AI no eye eboa nkola eboa peni eboa adeyo abeboa your research abeboa ye dwuma ye ne yadusua so eye na ese wankasa wuhu the right thing answer AI ne de mawa you can differentiate between the good and the bad enti one kind na wensua na wenhu the right information na ese wo ma AI no ye de mawa omao answer na wankasa wuntumi hu say we correct and answer nye correct
Eni ayeti ye Madam Francisca Yaba Asante we university librarian wo Central University Suapono
yenko edwedie mu nseme na ena no fotosamfo ora keso atofo se okopie mo o mrahyebeje fie koka o my Ghana yakon hu masika no ede kira o man
Onua FM 95.1
asemba ko wode tu dwa se eto a ye jeje ewo komu ano wo mo hwe na wo mo de nsakaye abemu na wotira eto a no no eye VAT rate no wo mo ehwan so no no wo mo di fee 21.9 ede akwa kodu 20%. Ebi so threshold no so eno no eye VAT registration threshold no so wo mo epeje mo efi 200,000 ede akoto 750,000 na chese no no so economy na eno no na wo mo de atudwa se wo mo hwe amadwedifo ho aheham na so penyipa no ehwe Ghana Union of Traders Association Buta Joseph Obeng ede atudwa se sadewe ebema adwedifo ho achiro yenti nsema wode etudwa
photosam ne tax reforms or the buy no nukreni ya nanki ye pe yo
95.1
edwedi enu se tax no ede ye friend simplicity ebema to na simple na ama etuo no so no akoye se etu a si ye na etua ye na ye etua the same thing na aboa ye na afin so etuo no aye krokrowa 22 ano sikana ye tua na seta rate ne da so na ye krokrowa se bia wo bi etua na enye den ma no samre no na nke mududo no ano ye tua 4% eye informal assets no ye na ye tua 4% si ato no ye bitua standard rate of 20%. It is so we behwe na makola ukanshi abusu kan opera square dum mankesim si edidwa ne ye tua 20% ono de na se ankoye de no h3 no na asan fa se etuo na edinchichemu ebeba edwa no so hss si ano wo mayi nipa no dodo na wo mo turnover and I say one on the ton or madi no enu 750,000 Ghana cedis no yes wo mo de mumu tua VAT etuo ni bi ena wo mo de no bro no wo mo no entua sa de etra ne se obi a wo badwom a woton ade be 2000 cedis no ono ton ade de bia 2000 no wono no ntua bi ena wodi a oton bru 2000 in fact say ono no ton 2005 no de bia no ono no ntua to ni bi e basa na na nipa na wotu ntua to no awono no aye disadvantage na say wodi wo how bi am because consumer na obeto ade no won ko nipa na obecharge no 20% no enya de obekọ de won charge eto no na akwese ye panishi binimti.
Alright, Joseph Obeng and I didn't in some way to Jawa Sanso Edia to a bino any muse wɔne a wɔn yɛ wodwa adwuma wɔn mo tontos anka ne keka wɔn no hwɛ kwan a wɔbɛfa so ama wɔn nyinaa etu ato no na ankogu fa akonyente nsɛm a wɔsan so edi tu dwa
saa etu nhyehyɛ bi ɔde ba yɛ friend modified tax system no wɔn abanya kokoduro no wɔn fa ɛma yɛ ne ɛwɔ saa bia yi na yɛ informal sector sɛ you know yɛ na yɛ di dwa wɔ bia baako wɔ a yɛ dɔɔso a yɛabɔ tenko yɛ di dwa no yɛntimi nkyɛm yɛtɔn nneɛma korɔ naa nso yɛntimi nkyɛm sɛ wɔyi kɔtua you know VAT no na wɔyi mu ntua bi
Onua 95.1
ɛna bɛba ɛba saa nso a wɔn a na nka wɔn adwuma no ɛpɛ sɛ opegyam na ɛkɔ soro no wɔn nso a no aka ne ho ahyɛ sɛ ɛna mekɔ soro a yɛbɛkyagye me sei ɔno nso no na akɔyɛ sɛ nhyɛ mpuntu mu kena ɛno nti ɛno na yɛde to abɛn anim sɛ yɛnsa ntena ase bio yɛnhwɛ kwan a because saa mmere koraa no ɛbɛdɛ wahu sɛ wei ɛna qualify for ɛyi no ɛbɛyɛ akyinnyegyeɛ
Ora Joseph na ogusua ekyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm na abra ora case ato force ne kasa no ɛno se wɔn bɛfa bɛfo kwan so na obi ekra nneɛma ɛba wɔn ahwɛ na ɛtoɔ na ɛwɔ so wotua no wotua na no ora Joseph kasa saa bɛfo kwan no so ne deɛ ɛyɛ na mmom aban no hwɛ kwan a obetumi ayɛ a emu ɛbɛda hɔ ama obiara etua ɛtoɔ ɛwɔ sɛ wotua
Onua FM 95.1
ya ɛtoɔ no obedwane efiri ho yɛntie nsɛm a wɔsan so ɛde tu ya
aban ɛso de hyehyɛ bɛba ebi a AI technology bi a ebetumi aboa ama under declaration ne ho keka ho ɛnkɔ so wɔ port hɔ saa de no ɛyɛ sɛ aban biara no ɛbɛhwɛ wetumi make sure say the right thing is done but the kofar by say a man for ya under declaration no so no ɛsɛ yɛdwe ho ebusa sɛ adenti na man for kra no ya under declaration ɛnam duty no a yɛtua no ne bo na den dodo nti ekopasa na tese wotwa ho bia ne ntwa ne bia saa nneɛma no aba nti sa aban edwen sɛ nko bɛkɔ saa hyehyɛ no so no na eni so ɔyɛ no kwantin kro ɛsɛ ɔyɛ saa hyehyɛ no odi kan yɛ tax rationalization na 95.1 ɛde to yɛnim sɛ wɔn bɛyɛ rational tax no na ayɛ krokrowa no yɛyɛ no no wi a then wo de police ni no agyina yɛ so sɛ sɛ yɛayɛ wo ya ɛtoɔ na yɛ fode a ɛne wonni akwanya bia sɛ yɛbɛma wayɛ yi ɛnte saa deɛ a wɔn de ɛbɛba na wɔn akye nkurɔfoɔ bebree ɛbasa ɛde wanya na bɛba anibere ɛbɛba ho ɛne ayi no obonse afei wadwen papa a wode yɛ adeɛ no then nso akɔ akɔsɛ nti sɛ na me sɛ aban ebetie yɛ asopem na animanim yɛ ɔne atena aseɛ na yɛahwɛ na wantwi bi a bɛba deɛ mu bia yɛ sɔvo wia na yɛ start de yɛ adwuma na ɛyɛ yɛ ɔma no yɛ yɛ ɛyɛ yɛ mie
na kyerɛ president ɔkasa yɛ ɛde maguta ɛyɛ Joseph Obeng na
Onua FM 95.1
ade a Samson Asakia Wingobet onso ordinary dear etu dwa ono no executive secretary ma Importers and Exporters Association oni na major ko edi nkomo ho na nyina ye AI ebehwe na wo mo krania ma no wo mbefa so na wo bia ye adwuma obi a nkowia etu na ewo so otua ne nti nsema ono so edi tu dwa.
The finance minister did two a genesis say no artificial intelligence AIB any ade be adwuma e wo your port and as habo ahodo no some say who say betimi aboa ama kwan ye bia importers any adwuma from Google habo ahodo e fa so e bo man e kro no betimi akofon.
What me that say I don't think say the AI na minister Kaino will be the panacea of stopping legalities in the port. In fact, I must say
Onua FM 95.1
icons now. And Ghana has shown up revenue.
Onua FM.
Okay, Ghana net and was Chima Ghana government as compared to since icons by now. But we say increment has been there tremendously. What the federal system I mean can say anything that the minister wants to introduce to show up with what you call it, to show up the collection of duties and taxes on behalf of the government. make us say. However, I say you embrace the system that is already in. Then probably maybe we may ask them to add on or to work perfected. And again, on non-government officers, custom officers are in the port. Also have to be maybe given training and retraining, and then also praise them for what they are doing and ask them to do more. That is how
Onua FM 95.1.
Praise your staff, and then those who are the bad nuts, you call them out from, and then let the good ones stand for collect the revenue accordingly for the state. I was so alarmed and also panicked. Dana Minister Bobo, the number of declaration any cigar left the source of Ghana. Government can say they could not trace it in terms of its equivalent into import coming into the country. My main use of Konja was coming and say, but this Onua Meboa.
I are going to Onua.
Onua is a big platform. I mean, you see the opportunity to address one of those things, Minister Nekai. Number one, Ghana hire or importers are omodi enokre omo suppliers check. Because of that one,
Onua FM 95.1.
So onto na on particular number. It will say Sikabia we have a common, but in terms of its goods equivalent to
Onua FM.
That doesn't mean say I am money laundering. Obesity or the scanner command the supplier. In fact, every year, to say by this time, November, say no. We are serious business person. You have gone to meet your supplier to